Very happy.
Can I do that at a Gucci store? Just keep admiring things and then maybe they'll just give me the pocketbook? No, probably not. Okay.
I don't think it works.
All right.
We are Petra and Kat. Come along as we share travel tips and discover new and unforgettable destinations. From hidden gems to popular landmarks, we hope our travel tales will inspire you to embark on your own adventures.
Welcome to the channel.
I'm Petra.
And I'm Kat.
And today we're going to cover a bunch of sea days and then answer your curiosity questions. So we have 4 sea days, 22, 23, 24, and 25. And guess what? Every single one of them started with a morning walk and
pickleball. Only I did it by myself this time.
Yeah.
Because somebody wasn't feeling well.
So I got sick, got better, but wasn't 100%, certainly not enough to be jumping around on a pickleball court. But I did go and support Kat and whoever she was playing with most of those days. On day 22, Kat got to do a wine tasting.
I love a good wine tasting.
It's so much fun because you get to learn about some of the wines that you haven't had, learn about some of the history. We're all about learning about history of things, and wine tasting is a good way to do that. And then while Kat was doing wine tasting, I went to the crew talent show. So because this ship itinerary was 17 days, they had to come up with some new stuff to keep everybody entertained. And one of them was a crew talent show, and the crew was really talented. Yeah. That night we had a special birthday dinner for our friend Bob, whose birthday was that day. And then they actually also got a little piece of cake for me because my birthday was coming up. We had a lot of fun at a different dining room than we normally are in. And then Bob gave me the shirt off his back.
He really did. It was amazing. It was so colorful, and everything screamed Petra about this shirt. And he gave it to her. It was so sweet.
I had admired the shirt a number of times over the course of the prior 21 days, and he just decided he was going to give it to me. So it made me very happy.
Can I do that at a Gucci store? Just keep admiring things, and then maybe they'll just give me the pocketbook? No, probably not.
I don't think it works.
All right.
After that, we went to progressive trivia, and at the moment, we are tied for second. This is a big deal. It is trivia every single day with the same team against the same teams in one of the biggest venues in the ship.
Yep.
And it is cutthroat, and we have so much fun doing it.
I usually don't go because I'm not very good at it.
Well, sometimes you go as a cheerleader.
I am a cheerleader. I'm a rah-rah girl for sure.
The next day, we had Battle of the Sexes progressive trivia. Girls are winning. Boop, boop. We were playing as a team, girls against boys, but our little group was Suzanne, our new friend Lizzie, Tarina, and then, of course, the host, Feliciano, who's one of our favorite people on the ship. Then we went as a group to do this puzzle mystery thing. I
again, was just a cheerleader.
So our trivia team name is Koalas Overboard, and it was the Koalas Overboard team plus our friends Amy and Chris, and we're all working together to solve this crazy mystery puzzle thing, which honestly was very stressful.
It was really stressful. It was one of the events that I can say on the ship that I didn't even enjoy watching because everybody looked really super stressed out. So I don't know if it's something I would highly recommend.
We were all so scattered trying to get everything done in a 45-minute allotment. We actually did get it all done, which was shocking all by itself. I think only one other team did. They beat us by a lot, but we had fun, even though it was tough. Yes. And I wore the shirt.
Yes, you wore the shirt. I think we all got drinks after that. I think we were all stressed out.
That night we went to a show called Spectra's Cabaret.
Wow. It was in the lounge that we have showed you with all the glass that is in the back of the ship, and they use every piece of this ship as a screen and as 3D, and things come out of the floor and go up and down, and people are popping out everywhere. It was really a great show.
And then that night at dinner, we had a little dance with Tashiko. She is the host, I guess, that welcomes everybody to the dining room. She's always dancing. Has great energy. We just really appreciated her charm and spirit for sure.
Definitely.
The next day, we started fitting in things that we had not yet gotten around to. At this point, we have been on the ship for 20-ish days,
Yeah.
and there's still things we haven't done. So we realized we were on the countdown. So the first thing we did was Bloody Marys and mimosas for breakfast.
We hadn't done that in the entire cruise, so it was nice to do it for just one morning.
After the mimosa and the Bloody Mary, then we went to the Crown Lounge to check out their goodies. Again, as part of being a Diamond member, we get to go to the Crown Lounge. They have a little set out there on and off throughout the day. And then we went to a specialty dining for dinner called Wonderland.
Now, I was super excited because I had heard, good things about Wonderland. It's like a really different menu that has all these, things that smoke come out of it and things like that.
It's an experience.
It's an experience. The food was actually really good. I wasn't real taken with it. I will say it's the first thing that I've done that I didn't really care for that much. And I really like this kind of stuff, but it was definitely different.
So I think that the concept might have changed from when they first introduced it to what it is now, because the menu is set up like you're supposed to choose, but you actually don't choose. They bring basically a little bit of everything to you, which is very cool. But then why is the menu set up the way it is? There were a few little disconnects. I think our server was a little bit distracted. Not sure why. So our experience as a whole did not feel like I think it was supposed to. We looked around and other families and other couples were having a fabulous time. So I think maybe it was just our experience. I'm not going to say don't do it. If you want to have an interesting experience with food and have sort of one of those really crazy gourmet things with, like you said, smoke coming out of it and things like that, then try it. It's fun. But if you're looking for good food and you're more of a kind of like meat and potato person, probably can skip that one.
And traditionally what we do if we have any sort of experience that doesn't live up to what we think it should be is we just speak to the staff or we ask for the manager. And instead of, going on Royal Caribbean and saying, oh, we had a horrible experience, which both of us have been in hospitality, have dealt with surveys before. So we just go right to the source and we just tell somebody, and we did, we let them know what we felt about our experience there, and they were very appreciative of the information.
And actually that leads us to one of our curiosity questions that we got, which we were saving for the end, but we're going to address it now in the moment. And that is, why are all of your positive reviews positive? They're not. We just laid out Wonderland exactly like it was. But as Kat said, if we have an experience that is not up to what we feel it should be, rather than blasting them on the internet or giving them a bad review on YouTube, we're going to talk directly to the source and let them know where maybe they could have done something better or differently to improve for the next person. Not because we want it better for us, it's too late for that, but so that maybe it can be better. Which means that if we have a bad experience that can't be improved upon, we're probably not going to share it with you, because we don't want to blast somebody's mom and pop business because they dropped the ball one day. We're going to tell you about the good stuff so that you can also enjoy it. Again, because we had a long cruise, they're coming up with some interesting new shows and things. You went to a show called ABBA versus Queen, which is sort of a cross between a party and a show.
Well, it was the music of both. ABBA and Queen, and it was the girl dancers and the boy dancers from the team. It was just a lot of fun. It was something different, and it was fun to see people dance, and it was a great event.
Yes. And then we finished out the night with a show called We Will Rock You, which I only stayed for the first few minutes because, remember, I wasn't feeling great at this time. You stayed and enjoyed the whole thing.
Oh, We Will Rock You is a Broadway production that was done in the West End of London, and they brought it onto the ship. It was unbelievable. It was everybody that was in the play was top notch, and it was just such a joy to watch. Now, it was a little bit long, and you didn't even know it because the time went really fast. I think it was over 2 hours. It really captivated everybody, and it was like standing room only to get into this production. I just loved it. I could have sat through it one more time. If that is on any ship that you're on, definitely go watch it. You will love it.
25th day, we are now tied for second on Progressive Trivia. Now, Kat got to do another wine tasting, this for the fancy wines, and she did it with Bob and Suzanne.
Yes, it was our first wine tasting, and we had so much fun, so much fun.
Then we crossed the international date line, which we expected was going to have some crazy ceremony like we did when we crossed the equator.
No
ceremony.
No
But we
ceremony.
got some cool certificates.
Yeah, the certificates were really cool and such a great surprise.
But what was really crazy was we actually lost an entire day.
Lost an entire day.
So for most of the cruise going up to this point, we had gained an hour. Every couple of days, there was one period where we gained 3 hours in 3 days, which was a lot. But we gained an hour multiple times, and then we lost an entire day.
Yeah.
Which is not easy to wrap your head around, but we're going to get that day back eventually.
Yes. So right now, we're pretty much a day ahead of most of you that are following this channel.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. We're talking to you from the future.
Yes, for sure.
Then we had a new fun game called the Crazy Game, which was hosted by Rue and Zico. And it was another one of those sort of made up games, but it was so much fun. It really was. They did a great job. I think they should add that to the regular repertoire.
Yeah, it was good.
And then we closed out the night with
boy.
the Crazy Quest. Now, this is probably the best game show on all of Royal Caribbean. It's an interactive game show. Everybody participates, well, if they want to. And it gets a little crazy. And typically, I guess they don't normally do it on these longer cruises, but I guess that the passengers were like, when are they doing Quest? And they finally added it. And then guess who got to be captain?
For the first time, I volunteered to be captain. And I think most of the people who already knew me on the ship saw a whole different side of me, for sure.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. It lives up to its name.
I was full of energy and definitely doing my best to win, which we did not. Yeah, but I did my best.
Different cruise directors do it differently, and this particular one was a lot more random when it comes to scoring. And those of us who were paying attention to the scoring were not really happy with that, but
it was okay.
I don't have to win. I'm like to win.
She loves to win, but I was fine. I was exhausted, but I had the best time.
It really was fun. And that wraps up 4 sea days, but it doesn't wrap up this video because now we're going to answer your curiosity questions. So the question has come up a lot. Why did we pick Australia as our first big trip? And it might be our only big trip, like this big, but it's really easy to answer that question. Why? Back in 2019, we were on a cruise and we met this absolutely darling couple from Australia. They were in their 70s and they basically adopted us. We are their American daughters. They have an actual daughter, so we call her our Australian sister. They're our Australian mom and dad, and they are absolutely delightful.
And we've kept in touch, from the moment we met them, we have kept in touch.
And back then, they were coming to the US 6 to 10 weeks a year, taking a couple cruises, exploring some part of the country, and we made plans in that moment. When you come back next year, wherever you are, we'll take some time off work and we'll meet you and we'll have some fun with you and we'll continue this. And then COVID.
Yeah, then COVID happened and changed everything.
And now they're in their 80s and they don't feel like they're up to traveling all the way to the US. So we said, when we retire, we are going to go to Australia as our first stop.
Yeah. Oh, heck no. We are not rich. We are not rich at all.
We are not. We are very lucky because in the last few years of our career, we did well. And we did well because we worked our tushies off.
Man, a lot. We worked a lot.
We actually lived apart for 2 years because Kat got a chance at a really big promotion, which would have paid her a lot more. So we decided to be a 2-state family for a couple of years so that we could be socking away as much money as possible. But that doesn't mean that we're rich. We're far from it. In fact, most people would not retire on what we retired on.
Yep.
But we have a very strict budget. We
very
have
strict.
Downsized dramatically. We gave up our 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, glorious condo in a gorgeous building in South Florida and live in a 1-room apartment in South Carolina.
That we own, a small condo that we own. We're not renting.
It's a much lower cost of living. And it's a 1-room apartment. Now, in fairness, it's 570 square feet. It has cathedral ceilings, so it feels much larger than it is, but it's a one-room apartment. Most people aren't willing to make a sacrifice like that, but we did that so that we can travel. We value experience so much more than things, and that allows us to do that. So no, we are far from rich.
And the other thing that we did is we went down to one car. We went from 2 cars to 1 car. If we do, when we get back, need a second car, we'll reevaluate. But that is
so yes, we're far from rich. How can we afford to do this? We're using points, 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 and a little bit of cash. So we have timeshare. So we're using timeshare points. We have earned hotel points. We have earned airline points. We have earned other credit card points. I have done a video about this. There's another video coming up about it, about how you can use points instead of cash to travel.
Yes.
We have a strict budget for our day-to-day expenses because, you know, even when your accommodation is paid for, you're certainly still spending money. It isn't always easy to stay in that budget, but we have actually managed remarkably well. And it isn't easy. We're making some sacrifices, but we're doing it because the experiences we're getting far outweigh whatever we could be buying with that money otherwise.
And the thing is that just talking about food in general, we're not going out for the big dinners every night or doing things like that. We're very frugal as to how we're spending money on meals and entertainment and things like that.
We're coming up on another set of C days and some more curiosity questions. So like, subscribe, share, comment, review, ask questions anywhere you like, and come back and see us again. Bye!